Hey guys, Scott Kieran here, and I went to our game yesterday and I picked up some good and bad notes, but I would recommend people that you go to a game of your whatever team you support, go watch it, because if you watch it on live TV it's nothing compared to watching it in real life, because you see everyone where they're making runs and it's so much atmosphere, you enjoy it so much, and you like have a go at the other fans, you tell them to shut up when you score and all this. It's so cool. It was just amazing, great experience, and I can't wait to go watch my next game. As you can see, I got my Arsenal programme here, £3, but they gave them a £10 note on this and they gave me £6 change, but then I went back and they gave me my quid back, so that was good. Also, here, this is my red membership card. I'm getting the silver one soon, but then I've got this scarf as well, which I like, and I've got this t-shirt here, which has Highbury N5 Home of Football. It was pretty good, all in all, good day out. I think I woke up at 7, and came back at 7, so it wasn't a bad day, quite tiring, but anyway, about the game. Well, I thought we played some amazing football. Diaby went off injured, and I was like, okay. And then he went off injured, came on Oxford-Chamberlain, and I was like, great. He said he could fill in Song's role for going. He could fill that role. I remember him saying, and I was like, all right then. So here's your chance to prove yourself in that defensive role. And what's he do? The first goal, whips in the ball from a free kick, which I thought was 50-50. I didn't really think it was a free kick, but I didn't really have the best view of the game. From where I sat, there was nothing wrong with it. Didn't really clip him. From Martin just getting a bit angry recently. He just wants to break the players' legs, it just seems. He's going in for the balls recklessly, and he's giving away free kicks. He gave away 2 free kicks, and them 2 free kicks were 2 goals. First free kick, whips in the ball, and then there's Oxford-Chamberlain. He's left his man. I can't remember his name. I think it was Louise. He's left Louise free, and he's just missed Louise. And then Koscielny, all of a sudden, is in a struggle. So it weren't all Koscielny's fault, but because Oxford-Chamberlain had left his man unmarked, he thought it was going to him. And then he had to think quick and couldn't react fast enough. Well, it was a bit of Koscielny's fault. It was poor marking by him and Oxford-Chamberlain. But Koscielny, I don't blame him fully, because Oxford-Chamberlain should have picked him as man. But he didn't, and then therefore they came, and Torres, I would have given that. It was a lovely finish. How he managed to get his foot around that ball, it was something special. To be fair, the keeper didn't have a chance, but the keeper may have been in the right position. He could have been over a bit more, reacted quicker, but I don't think he would have saved it anyway. It was just a good finish. But Koscielny and Oxford-Chamberlain were the ones I say was their fault. And then we go, and then Oxford-Chamberlain makes up for it. He plays in a lovely ball, and it goes into Jovino, and he smashes it in the top corner, and the keeper didn't have a chance, and we were all cheering and everything. They were saying, we know who we are, we know who we are, Kings of Europe, we know who we are. And then they started singing just before we scored the goal. They started singing, Van Persie left because you're shit, Van Persie left because you're shit, etc. And I was like, alright then we scored virtually straight after. And we were like saying, who are ya, who are ya, who are ya? And then there was Jovino, right? He was doing his celebration going like that. I thought that was pretty cool. He was doing it to us, and it was really cool, winding them up. And then the Chelsea fans were going mad. They shut up, and then all of a sudden, the second half comes out. Van Marlin goes in a reckless challenge again. But you suppose you have to stop Torres, because of Torres may have had the goal scoring opportunity, which I preferred him to carry on, because Torres at the minute doesn't look to be picking up goals and shooting properly. Like earlier on in the game, he went to go shoot and he just fell over, tipped over himself and missed the ball completely and fell over. He had a chance to put it wide, and he had a couple of chances, missed them, and he fell over as well. And I didn't seem confident that Torres was going to score. I also felt if they went 2-0 up, that we didn't have a chance of coming back, a big chance. I mean, we could get a draw. I didn't think we would get the win. But then they go, get the free kick, and Masses over the ball. At first, he kicks it over, and it's just not got any pace on or anything special on the free kick. And then Koscielny, it's like he's missed the ball at first when I first saw it. And Vito Marinoni, I think his name is he just goes to try and let it roll because he thought he was going out, and he thought Koscielny had it, and it's a mix-up between them two, and he just let it go in the net, and that's what's lost us the game. And I saw Vito Maloney, I think his name is again, and after the game when they're about to take the kick-off, this is what you wouldn't have seen on TV. He was thumping his head, he was not very happy, he was screaming at himself because he know he made the mistake, and Koscielny, it just came off his, I think it was his heel or something, it just clipped him, and that was enough to help it go in, although it was a slight of touches, and then Podolski gets a brilliant chance where he heads it, and then Czech with an amazing save, and our hands were in our hands, and we thought, oh, what have we got to do to beat this? And then Giroud comes on, he shoots, and it gets deflected. It was a pretty poor shot anyway, it didn't have any placement or anything on it, it was just a standard shot, and it gets deflected, I think, off Luiz, and then Peter Cech has to put his arm out after, like that, where he was going, puts his arm out, and luckily for them, it just goes wide, and it seemed like luck was on their side today, and that was why they won, because luck was on their side. But I think it was the 90th minute around about then, Giroud takes it around the goalkeeper, he should have slotted it home, misses virtually an open goal, and boy, if he had scored that, the crowd would have erupted, the place would have gone roaring, but instead he misses it. And I think personally that, this is my opinion guys, so just let me have my opinion, that I would like to see Arshavin and Shamak on the bench next game instead of, or even playing instead of Giroud and Ramsey, because Ramsey could not put a pass together for love nor money in that game. Whenever he passed it, it went wrong. Well, fair enough, he did a couple of good passes, but he would pass it, and the ball would go nowhere near the money, he would lose and intercept it. And I just thought he needed to take him off at half-time, really, because he was nothing special in the game. In fact, he was the one that was giving the ball away all the time, and all that. But the two players I thought from Arsenal played outstanding was Kieran Gibbs and Jenkinson. They would track back for the ball, they would do everything to get the ball back, take risks and everything to get the ball back, which I didn't see no fighting spirit from most of the others. They did have fighting spirit, but not as much as them two. I mean, Podolski coming back from where he was playing, coming all the way back to just to get the ball back. He was amazing, Podolski. I think Cazorla had another brilliant game, and Arteta. But personally, I do think Wenger made a mess up. He should not have played Ramsey. He should have kept the defence the same as it's winning. Because when Mertesacker and Koscielny play together, they don't talk, they don't communicate. And I see more of Arteta shouting than I do to the players, and for Marlin, he just, for some reason he's lost his voice or something. I think Arteta should be wearing that armband instead of Marlin, because Marlin's not doing the spirit to be shouting at the players. He's not doing enough for them. He's my defender is brilliant, but him and Koscielny together in the back line, not good enough. Mertesacker, by far our best defender, or best centre-back this year. He is amazing. I personally think he should have started. If he started, it would have been a whole different game. He's got to put them instead of Koscielny or for Marlin. One of them, I'd say Koscielny, and then only bring on them when it's something special or something. He's just got to keep it that way, mate, I'm afraid. I'd love to see Shamak get a run out, because personally I think he'll come good. His confidence must be... when Van Persie left, his confidence must have gone sky high through the roof, because he thought he'd get a chance, and then he just drops him, doesn't even put him on the bench. And I thought, Arshavin, he had a good game against Coventry, and he should have started, or should have been on the bench, but didn't. I would love to see Szczesny back. There was so much positives and negatives about that game, but all in all, go watch it, guys. Brilliant day. I'm glad we lost, not to them, but this early in the season, so we still got a shout later on in the season if we're still in title contenders, because then at least we haven't blown it. If we lose later on in the season, we've lost now to get it out of the way. We had to lose at some point, I guess. So yeah, so thanks guys. If you want to follow me on Twitter at RealScottKieran. Follow me on Facebook, just type in Scott Kieran and you'll see a picture of me, and that's me. Okay, so thank you guys. I'd just like to give a quick shout out to Joshua, Josh. He said he's one of my biggest fans and all this, so I'll peace out to you. I'm following him on Twitter. Jordan as well, he's an amazing guy, tweets to me and everything. And then this anonymous person who doesn't want their name read out, but I'm just going to mention him anyway. It's a girl, and she always gives me confidence when people are hating, and I don't see the point of hating, because you get to live once, and I'm making the most of my life, and I'm doing something I love, and you're just sat on a bloody computer hating me when you should be doing better things like making your life better. You should be doing things that, because you only get one chance to live, and I'm making the most of it, doing something I enjoy personally, and you're just sat there hating over a computer when you could be doing better things in your life. I mean, come on, be serious. Anyway guys, thank you and take care. Thanks guys, see you later, peace.